So I know I just did a video on the Iron Man reel from Daiwa, China, but this video couldn't wait. And that's because Daiwa, Japan has just unveiled a new Alphas Finesse reel. And it's mind-boggling to think that in a few months, the Alphas Air TW is going to be 5 years old. Time is just flying by so fast. But anyway, here we are at Daiwa, Japan's website. And I took a look at the reel real quick earlier in the day. But in this video, we're going to do a deep dive and see what Daiwa, Japan has cooked up with this new Alphas Finesse reel. So of course we are on Daiwa, Japan's website. We're going to go to reel. Okay, so we are going to go to, well, bait casting reels. And here we go. So it's a bunch of old stuff there. More older stuff. And pow. Here it is right here. Daiwa is calling it the Alphas BFTW. And let's check this out. So let's check these pictures out first. See, if you take a look at the reel, it looks to be black. Very much like the current SS Air TW, whereas the previous Alphas Air TW was like a dark gray. Alright, let's check out some more pictures. There's the other side. Okay, looks like that's, well, here's the top picture. Front picture. Side picture. I want to check something out real quick. All right. So yeah, the new Alphas BFTW. So they're officially assigning the BF or Bait Finesse acronym to this reel. Now this is either a mid-cycle refresh, as you can see they're using the old frame, but they are using a side plate that has the more exposed brake dial with the cutout that looks a lot better in my opinion, similar to that of the SS Air TW. So it's more aggressive looking and definitely better looking in my opinion. But when I was scanning this page earlier, there are definitely some big changes that Daiwa made to this reel where you could consider it almost a brand new reel, and let's check it out. Okay, unparalleled all-around bait finesse performance. Okay, so here's the new spool. It says approximately 14% smaller diameter, approximately 27% lighter. And according to this, it says all values are compared between 20 Alphas Air TW and 25 Alphas BF. But if you take a look at what they're saying about the spool, they're saying it's 30 millimeters. So this is kind of confusing because they're saying it's 14% smaller diameter when it's actually bigger. Maybe it's just a mistranslation. But I really like the approximate 27% lighter estimation, plus the fact that they've wisely bumped up the spool diameter to 30 millimeters. Alright, so let's see what else is new. Okay, so Daiwa technology, hyperdrive design, hyper digigear, hyper lever support, hyper arm housing. So it's gonna get the higher tier hyperdrive that has all four, or I guess yeah, all 4 features. And then Daiwa was coming out with this new set of marketing called Ultimate Casting. So it says Ultimate Casting Design, make the cast trajectory you imagine a reality, blah blah blah. So typical Daiwa marketing. Ultimate Casting Zero Adjust, Ultimate Casting Line Guide, which is the T-Wing, Ultimate Casting Brake, Ultimate Casting Spool. Wow, they're just assigning Ultimate Casting to everything. I guess next year they're going to be coming out with Ultimate Casting Paint Scheme. T-Wing System, BF Concept. Here's another huge change, the switching over to the SS Mag Force brake system, which is the same brakes as the SS Air TW, which I think is currently Daiwa's most advanced bait finesse reel. Zero shaft, blah blah blah, more marketing. Alright, here's more information. 30mm G1 Duralumin bait finesse spool. It says the first 30mm G1 Duralumin bait finesse spool exclusively for SS Magforce. In order to surpass the conventional 28mm air spool, which was pushed to the limit of lightness, the shape of the inductor rotor, which has not been touched up until now, was significantly revised in conjunction with the SS Magforce. As a result, the spool installed in the 25 Alphas BFTW series has been enlarged from 28mm to 30, while maintaining almost the same weight of the spool unit. So if you watch my unboxing and analysis of the SS Air TW I did a little over a year ago, basically with this new SS Magforce, which is right here, Daiwa made the rotor smaller in diameter so it can fit inside, I guess, the barrel of the spool, and turned it around, or inverted it, or turned it inside out, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's where they are keeping the weight of this spool down, but they're not giving us a number on what the spool weighs. But you know I'm going to get that number once I get this reel. Now, SS Magforce Simple and Swift, a new brake system that brings out comfortable low trajectory casting performance with a compact swing. Blah blah blah. I went over all this with the SS Air TW, and honestly, I could barely tell a difference between SS Magforce versus the standard air brake. And I did a whole video on it if you want to check it out. But now that it's been put into a bigger 30mm spool, that might change things up, or at least let's hope so. So apparently this spool was made for Daiwa by KTF. Here's something new. Oil injection cap. The 25 Alphas BFTW is equipped with an oil injection cap. The spool backlash is set to 0. Minor backlash of about 0.2mm, so there's a little bit of side-to-side play built into the zero adjuster. The cap can be removed using the included special tool. Removing the cap allows for oiling and maintenance of the pinion ball bearing. Okay, so basically they're saying you can do some quick maintenance by undoing the zero adjuster, and the zero adjuster looks to be an upgrade in this new Alphas versus the old one, as it looks to be metal, and the housing or the piece on the side here looks to be metal as well, whereas on the Alphas Air TW I think both are plastic, or at least I know the zero adjuster itself was this cheap plastic. And good news for you guys who love drag clickers, looks like this Alphas BF is going to have a drag clicker. They call it drag pull click. Alright, so they're doing a little comparison between the 25 Alphas BF, the old Alphas Air, and the 23 SS Air TW. So it looks like The new 25 Alphas is going to be about 5 grams heavier than the outgoing Alphas Air. Same bearing count. Of course, the brake and the spool is now different. And it's going to be about, I guess, 3/4 of an ounce heavier than the SS Air. And it says the release date, December of 24. Wow. So it's going to come in 2 gear ratios, 6.3 and 8.5. It looks like the line capacity is standard for bait finesse these days. About 45 meters or yards of 8-pound. 80 millimeter handle. 3.5 kilos of drag, or about 8 pounds, which is perfect for bait finesse. Spool dimension 30 by 21 millimeters in width. Body material is aluminum. Of course, spool and gear material, G1 duralumin. Now, they've always touted this G1 duralumin as some kind of a step above, I guess, the A7075 aluminum when it comes to durability. I find that to be marketing hype. Now it says this is saltwater compatible, but there's some bad news. Check this out. Manufacturer's suggested retail price, 51,900 yen. And I think that's it. So yeah, this reel looks like it's trying to solve the weakness of the Alphas Air TW, which was long casting of heavier lures, or just long casting in general. Now, when the 20 Alphas Air TW came out, it got a lot of hype off a video I made where I showed just how easy that reel could cast a 1 gram trout magnet straight out of the box. But in that video, what I didn't tell everybody was that it sucked in distance casting. Well, I shouldn't say sucked, but compared to its rivals like the Aldebaran and whatnot, it definitely lagged behind by a few yards. So it looks like by bumping up the spool to 30 millimeters and using the on paper less restrictive brakes of the SS MagForce, maybe this is a reel that can challenge the dominant Shimano Aldebaran BFS when it comes to long casting, or at least let's hope so. So let me show you guys why the price on this reel is bad news. That's because the SS Air TW, which is lighter, made of magnesium, has more bearings, better looking in my opinion, has a cooler looking handle and knob assembly, is less than $10 more at 52,500 yen. So look at the cool nut and retainer on the SS Air. Now granted, the SS Air was not the Aldebaran BFS killer that I thought it would be, but yeah, you're looking at virtually the same price as SS Air. But I will say this, it does have some things that give it an advantage over the SS Air, of course, like the spool size and the fact that they are going with the metal zero adjuster, which, let me try to blow this up for you guys. Right there, that you can unscrew and use it as a lube port, which is very similar to the 2012 Aldebaran BFS. But apparently this part right here is metal now, and this part is metal. Where on the SS Air, I believe they are both still plastic. But yeah, I mean, look at the ugly nut and retainer on this Alphas. Look at that thing. It's huge. Now it does have a new handle design. Let's take a look at it. It looks more robust. Definitely not as finessey, but I am glad they're going with the chrome end caps. But yeah, the new 2025 Alphas Bait Finesse. It's got a lot of new things that the Alphas needed, but they also bumped the price up. Probably at least 80 bucks from the previous Alphas Air, which apparently is gone. Geckabigen is still there. You have the Tatula T80, but yeah, they've removed the Alphas Air TW from the lineup. I guess that was to not let everybody see just how much the price has been bumped up. But it's Daiwa, so you know, I'm not surprised. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this new 25 Alphas BFTW. I definitely plan on getting one. See if the bump up in spool diameter will close the gap or maybe even surpass the casting performance of the 22 Aldebaran BFS, as well as all the other slew of high-spec BFS reels from China. So yeah, let me know in the comment section if you plan on getting one of these, but I definitely know I am. Alright guys, thanks a lot.